the, I'm trying to think, what were we talking about earlier before you concede?
I don't know. You said now they have, and then that's when it cut off.
Oh, yeah, they have the abilities, the champion abilities to increase your mount speed.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, it's it's level 50, right?
Um, Usually it's level 50, but what they're doing it is that they're going by each point that you gain. So every, I would like,
I'm
um,
sorry. These load screens drop all the voice there for a second. You said you
it's
would
all
like
good.
to.
The I was saying it goes by the percentage rate, the mount speed, how many points you put into it, because the one is called Gifted Rider. It goes up to 100, and if I remember correctly, yeah, it's 20 points per percent. Okay, increases your mount speed by 2% per stage. So you put 20 points in. There's 100, so 20. Well, you already know it's going to be a lot, and then the other one is called Steed Blessing.
Well, first thing they need to do is make it where you can at least get 1 point in each thing every day instead of 1 point every effing day. You know that chaps my ass.
Well, that's why some people do the dungeon dailies, or they wait for the accelerator. But
Well,
you can also use AP scroll, XP scrolls, which still counts as the level up.
well, yeah, but before I could afford to buy some of that stuff. Now things are getting tight, so it's kind of I can't really afford to.
Well, that's why they got the daily calendar.
Yeah, well, when I first signed up, I got 1,650 every month in in store credit points, and then I took about 8 months off and let it run out without thinking about it, and I lost all that. So now I only get what I buy and not the extra 1,650 a month.
What I usually do is that I don't go. If you're talking about the subscription for ESO,
Yeah.
I actually stack my subscriptions. What I'll do is that I'll only go for the 7.99 a month for 1 month, and then what I'll do is that save up a little money, stack it up, um, put each week, and then by the time you realize is that you'll have many months you can't even realize how the days fly by, because I ended up stacking, I think, almost 2 years worth, and I didn't even realize on how little I spent, and like I didn't even spend much for the subscriptions at all.
Well, how do you do that? Because I've
For
got.
that,
Do you use gold in the game?
no, 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 no. If you're talking about the subscription, if you want to keep up with the subscriptions,
Right.
like the PlayStation subscriptions, it's 7.99 for 1 month.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
add on to it.
Ah, see, I usually pay for a year at a time.
No, 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 no. You can add on to it. Because if you, what happens is that by adding on to it, by the time you realize, you won't even know how many months have went by.
Hmm. I'll have to try that. That sounds interesting.
You spend little to gain a lot. It may not make sense though. I know it made sense to me somewhat, and then I just realizes that by the time of this that I ran out.
I wish they'd make it where you could buy time with the gold you have. I got like 1,080,000 gold. Yeah, I've been playing about 4 years.
Alright, we'll find you the necklace or ring, but I think we'll be able to find them if we're gonna do this boss. So one in the tower, one near the house, and
I'll go. Oh, somebody went to the tower one. I'll go to the house.
someone left. Oh well.
Did they? Yeah, no, they went into the tower. Let's see here.
The one you should be near one over at the house.
That's what I was looking for. I forget which house it was. I think it's that one I gotta go inside.
We're already stepping on a few of the panels, and the portal should appear.
Okay, I've got it.
Alright, there we go. I just thought it was funny because I was pretty disappointed when they changed the scales of the Legion rosters. That was entirely different. Is that they showed this, it kind of made sense because when they were thinking further and farther advancing all the sets or newer sets, is that we knew at some point that some of the sets might have been inferior to the newer ones. Or weaker, not inferior, just outdated.
Yeah.
Like Mother Sorrow. Not too many people run Mother Sorrow anymore.
Well, that's like the Frost Vault too. The gear I need's in the Frost Vault, and every time I go in there, I never get the drops I need. Now the pieces that I have gotten, I've upgraded to gold, to epic. So if I can get the other sets, except for the shoulders and the head, that comes from a different place, and then I'll be up. When I've got that gear, this build right here is supposed to pull 107,000 damage per battle. Took that biatch down.
And there's this new set that I just picked up right here.
Well,
this is a set that would prove useful to some players in PvP. However, is that I can see that there's downfalls, but there's also some advantage to this one. It's kind of weird, but you gotta read the entire thing and then the ending of it, of what it provides.
You see that guy's name? Slap the Nuts?
Slap nuts?
TX11, slap the nuts.
Oh, I only see TS.
Oh, well, if you put your cursor on him, or your not your cursor, but your target aim on him, you should see his name. It shows a
Oh,
TX11 slap the nuts.
okay.
They can be very intuitive when they make characters in this game. Alrighty then.
Alright, to the next, to the boss soon, because we're trying to do all the bosses and not just the 3. Because if we skip the secret bosses, then we're only stuck with only 3 bosses.
They're still here. Just not everyone takes to these toys as well as me.
I don't know why people always want to rush the dungeons, though, like they're going to, like, find something just by rushing it.
Oh, I know, that pisses me off. Especially if somebody's in there that hasn't been in there before. They don't have time to look around or search.
Well, for them, just do it another time.
Ah, I'm a goat.
If they don't have the time, then they can just put the time in some other time, or just do it their own time, just not on anyone else's time. Ooh, did someone just use a war horn?
Probably. That's supposed to increase. I forget what that one does.
Warhorn is the assault ability for PvP that increases max magicka and max stamina. But since mine is the more version, mine gives off the 2 and adds an additional increase to players' crit damage so they can deal more damage.
Oh, you fucking asshole. You turned me into a goat again. Oh, not again. Fuck. I just came back.
I only came back just to be turned back.
Yeah, I know. That asshole had a hard on for me. I can't, it won't let me select him. There we go. Thundercaller shoes.
Gave me another. So it gave me another belt for the Silver Rose, but I'm looking for the boots.
The boots of the Silver Rose.
Damn, the way on how my health is standing right now, 51k health.
Woo!
That is the highest I've ever been on my thing. Especially my Dragon Knight build.
Wow. Is that what the buff's on? Is that what the buff's on?
That's what one of the buffs on. What I'm doing is that increases his max health, bringing him up to 45,000. But what all that's combined, including the age champion abilities, brings this total, I believe, and adding silver brought me to this. And my resistance is 40,000. 40,000. 40,051.
Wow.
That is something.
That is a lot. I'm going to stand down here on this one in the basement.
Alright, I'll go with the one upstairs. There we go.
There we go. Yep. Now let's go kick us some ass. Notice I said kick, not lick.
No, why do we want to lick?
Precisely. Maybe if it was Tawny Katane or something, you know.
Alright, don't worry, I'm getting into the portal. Somebody. Oh, you guys are downstairs. I'm upstairs.
Yeah, that's. I thought we were going the wrong direction.
Okay, I'm starting this. So you guys are gonna get yoinked in. Yoink. You've just been yoinked. That's a different kind of portal I haven't seen.
Treasure will cost you, darlings. The price is blood.
Prepare for broken keys. Let's go. Damn, that's some pretty good healing. Ah, silver rose.
Cuirass. I got the Cuirass's Silver Rose. See what I mean about having to make so many runs to get one item? It's just, it's insane, man.
Damn, I had to deal with that with when the Crimson Twilight ended up coming out. It drove me to the point of insanity.
Drove you batshit, huh?
Oh yeah, I went through the dungeon 73 times.
Holy cow. 73?
Yup, I kept count in my head when people, my buddies, were in my guild were like, Rage, where have you been? You've been gone for 2 months.
Wow. That's
And I'm like,
that's real true dedication.
I was like, dude, I'm trying to get a shield and I can't get a fucking shield. And when people were in the dungeons, they're like, oh, I got something. Oh, look at this shield. And I was like, oh, please hand it over. No.
Assholes. I just break the shit down most of the time, so I'm more than willing to give it to somebody.
Oh, Chad, where's the Scooby Snack?
Yeah. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Raggy?
Woo-woo-doo.
Alright, told some of my workers is like, alright, somebody's gonna be Shaggy and it ain't gonna be me.
That one guy they got to play in that Scooby Doo remake, he was actually pretty good at it. He got the voice down and everything.
And one of the new animated Mortal Kombat movies that was made by Warner Brothers, when it first started, you see Scorpion in the front of the screen dancing in front of the emblem of the Warner Brothers, and then you hear Shaggy's voice, and he's like, "Get over here, man!" Grabs Scorpion by the throat and yanks him in. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I would have been like, that is so teetotally gay, man.
No, it's like it was like a very demonic Shaggy surrounded by like flames. And I was like, what in the world, Warner Brothers? What did you do to Shaggy? I was like, is this the payback for the first animated Mortal Kombat movie where Scorpion yanks in Daffy Duck at the front of the emblem?
That first movie, back, because I was a kid when that came out, the game too, and that movie just wasn't very good.
Well,
They have
I asked myself this: what was first, the movie or the game? I'm pretty sure it was the game.
Oh yeah, it was the game first, because I remember when it first came out. God, I was about 15, 16 years old. I'm 49 now, so it's been a long time.
And they made 2 movies of the that Mortal Kombat. What you're talking about?
Yeah, the
I
new
know
one.
because I watched it.
Yeah, they've got the new one. I haven't watched that yet because I won't spend my money watching it. I'll wait till it's free. Because I'm not really into movies like that.
It was pretty. It was actually pretty cool, but gruesome at the same time, like Mortal Kombat usually is. Like the way on how they chose Riptile to be Riptile is that they actually gave him an actual Riptile feature and not like some kind of humanoid look.
I remember back at that time, it was around, I guess it was around the time that came out, there was another movie that I really liked. It was Kurt Russell, and it was called Big Trouble in Little China. And that was just a kick-ass movie.
Oh, some of the movies I grew up to. I'm 26 years old, just by the way.
Ah,
I grew up as a child watching Chuck Norris.
yeah, me too. Delta Force and things like that, but
Ranger.
well, no, I never would watch that because I ended up not liking Chuck Norris. I mean, he's all right now, but I just don't like his acting. He's not a really good actor.
I don't know. A lot of people would say that there weren't many good actors back in the day, but there's still some people that aren't good actors today.
Oh yeah. Have you watched Supernatural?
Uh-huh.
They've got the guy that played Sam on there. That show finally ended after 16 years, and he went to be in the new Texas Ranger.
Yeah. I remember hearing and seeing about that.
Yeah, his name is Jared Padalecki. The other one, Jensen Ackles. He went to that superhero movie on, I don't know if it's on, I forget which channel that is. I think it's the same channel that their show was on. But I haven't seen him on there yet, but nobody likes the new Texas Ranger. And most people, they took a survey, and most people said they wouldn't even be watching if it wasn't for Sam being there. Or should I say Jared Padalecki?
Well, a lot of people, including one of my grandparents, said they liked the original Texas Ranger because Well,
Better than,
it was an original because they started off as an original. When you
yeah.
start off trying to remake a newer one of like trying to make a spin-off, like trying to redo, like, hey, we're gonna do it with a far more younger person instead of an older person. Let's see how this will work.
Yeah, that really, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. I don't like remakes, but uh, some of the shows that were good movies and they made, you know, uh, seasons out of them or whatever, like a sitcom. I won't even watch them usually, but there have been a few that they did really good.
Well, have you ever watched the movie Hellboy?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember that remake they ended up doing?
No,
Okay, have you ever watched the original, the first Hellboy movie? The one with,
These relics.
damn it, what's his name?
They're the
But
sorts
he's a
of things
badass
that
actor, though.
they're twisting
I
further
watched the
than
one with
lights.
that
I
one
need to banish the miasma
tall
before
guy
it
that's
gets any
got
worse.
the meaty face and everything. But that was just, that was I guess this remake or something.
Okay, if it's the remake one, I was like, okay, that one pretty much sucks because the way on how they did it, they made the first one and then the second one, and then they were going to go into production of the third one. But you want to know what? People didn't like it because the way on how they're being told, like how it's gonna start, like how the movie's gonna start for the third one. So then they completely canceled it and scrapped it.
Huh.
And they were like, hey, let's remake it. And I was like, come on, dude, don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, the remakes, there was only two of them. Oh, son